With Chainsaw Man Part 2 confirmed to be coming this summer 2022, 𝗡𝗏𝗄 decided to make a short video series where we break down and discuss Chainsaw Man characters that may have a huge role to play in the upcoming sequel. So sit tight, relax, grab your preferred drink and get comfy as we dive into the unknown depths of what is Chainsaw Man Part 2. Hirofumi Yoshida wasn't supposed to be this important, at least in part 1 of Chainsaw Man. The accidental superstar Hirofumi Yoshida was unforeseen by not just a reviewer like me, but even by the author of Chainsaw Man itself, 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏. In the latest interview of 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏 in Jump Festa, the editor of Chainsaw Man asked Fujimuro about Hirofumi Yoshida and his opinion on him. Because if you don't know, Hirofumi Yoshida just came for like 5 panels or so, 5 chapters actually, and he ranked at 6 in the second popularity poll. And 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 said, as what we all expected him to say, that he was shocked. I mean, that was for sure unforeseen. Yoshida wasn't supposed to be that important, at least in part 1. Yoshida, for me especially, is one of my favorite characters in Chainsaw Man. And why do we even like Yoshida? What has he even done? Well, for first, he came in just like that. In some chapter we did not even pay attention to. He came in to earn some bucks, fought the strongest assassin, or possibly one of the strongest devil hunters, not just once but twice, protected one of the strongest devil, that is Pochita, and our main character Denji, then simply left just for him to write his exams. Well, now, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't wear the black and white suit as everyone else in the Chainsaw Man manga, yet he just came in, he used his octopus devil, he did what he did, he earned his money, he wrote his exams like a Chad. Now, I think this is the quality of Hirofumi Yoshida. Very simplistic. Whenever you look at him, he has a smile on his face. I would say the smile is very creepy, but at the same time it suits him, and I feel like I get the reason why many people, including me, like Hirofumi Yoshida. Now, as I said, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, the author of Chainsaw Man, also did not know that Yoshida was such a big bomb in the fandom. So I feel like Fujimoto actually had some intentions with the character in the beginning, because when you look at the first few introduction panels for Hirofumi Yoshida in the starting, at least in the colored version of the manga, which is out now, I recommend you read it because it's amazing. We see that Hirofumi Yoshida is drawn and colored way more in detail, or like indifferent, than the other characters he's surrounded with. Like, for example, as I said, every single character in Chainsaw Man has the black and white suit on, even the main characters. But on the other hand, Mr. Cool Hirofumi Yoshida has a blue jacket with a black shirt on, and that itself is eye-catching for a lot of readers and viewers, I would say, for anime too in the future. And also we know that he has a colored hair which is in purple, and come on, if you watch anime, you know, if you have colored hair in anime, you are one of the main characters. So I think 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Fujimoto had an intention with Hirofumi Yoshida. He wanted Hirofumi Yoshida to stand out from the others, but I think 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Fujimoto overdid it a little bit, and yeah, the whole fandom noticed him immediately. But for me, I did not notice him in the first read. I was like, yeah, this guy's here, he went, cool, whatever. Then I read it again, I read the Chainsaw Man Part 1 again, and I was like, wait a second, Hirofumi Yoshida, I'm gonna remember you, you are amazing. Moving on, if I had to compare Yoshida as any other character, which I would probably compare him to Gojo. Now calm down, let me explain. Now, why do I say so? Well, firstly, Gojo crosses his fingers, the index and the middle finger, upwards to summon his domain expansion. And if you look at Yoshida's octopus summoning, he does the same thing but downwards, so that's a cool parallel, I guess. And also it's that where the authors of the respective series, Yoshida's and Gojo's, have kind of a similar perspective on those two, because if you know Yoshida, the author of Chainsaw Man, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, Fujimoto, he doesn't know why Yoshida is cool, he just made him, and he became cool in the fandom, and he doesn't know why. Similarly, the author of Jujutsu Kaisen, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 Gojo haters, and that's cool, that's cool. And also the voice actor of Gojo said that he doesn't know why Gojo is so like what is so cool about him. I mean, I guess that is kind of similar for them both, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get Gojo's voice actor voice acting Hirofumi Yoshida, because that will be cool. I mean, that would suit 100%. But anyways, let's move on to the actual meat of this video, and that is the theory segment. Now, we didn't have a lot of theory for Hirofumi Yoshida. I mean, he just came in for like 5 chapters, and what theories can we get from these 5 chapters, right? Well, apparently we have a theory here, and it's quite out there in recent times. People are talking about it. The 𝗛𝗲𝗏𝗿 incident that took place in the manga, in the 𝗛𝗲𝗏𝗿 arc. There was a manga panel where there were a list of people that died by the 𝗛𝗲𝗏𝗿. I mean, I remember there being a lot of names. Probably they were translated, probably not. But I didn't really pay attention to all the names. I knew there was some hidden meaning in one of the names, probably, because it's Fujimuro. But at the end of the day, I did not read through all of the names. But someone did, and someone translated them, and it turns out to be that the last 3 names, or somewhere around the last 3 names from Y, stands for Yoshida, and there are 3 Yoshida names in it. I'm probably already showing it on the screen right now. These 3 members, or the people that got killed by the 𝗛𝗲𝗏𝗿, have Yoshida in their name. So some say that this Yoshida could probably be connected to our main character, that is Hirofumi Yoshida, and it could probably be their parents, it could be the grandparents or siblings, for all we know. Let me tell you why this is interesting. First of all, I'm pretty sure Fujimuro went through every single name while writing it and probably had an idea for what names are going to affect what. And putting in Yoshida there might have been, I mean, we're just assuming that it's connected to Hirofumi Yoshida. It cannot be at the end of the day, but let's just assume that, yeah, they are the family members of Hirofumi Yoshida. Now, you know the phrase, right, where they say 2 sides of the same coin. That's pretty much used in many anime and manga now. The greatest example I can give you for this is One Piece. In the post-time skip is basically the pre-time skip with some twist, that is this, like 2 sides of the same coin. So I feel like Chainsawman Part 2 would also fall into that category where it's like the 2 sides of the same coin, because if you remember the main character in Chainsawman Part 1, that is one of the main characters, Aki Hayakawa, his family also was killed by the 𝗛𝗲𝗏𝗿, and there were 3 members, the brother, the mother and the father. And the same thing is now happening with Hirofumi Yoshida. If we assume that the Yoshidas were related to him, then I don't really think we're gonna get a revenge story like we did with Aki Hayakawa. The one reason being that Tatsuki Fujimoto doesn't like to repeat things. We all know that. He likes new things. So I feel like we're gonna get some sort of a twist, and I wouldn't be surprised if this Yoshida thing in the list isn't even related to Hirofumi Yoshida, to be honest. But still, just putting it out there, because you know Tatsuki Fujimoto is a very unpredictable author, and I'm just gonna put out everything for the sake of being safe. Speaking of theories, there are a lot of speculations where people say that, you know, Hirofumi Yoshida, who's doing his finals for high school, is probably gonna end up with the same class as Denji. And this theory, or whatever assumption there is, I'm a pretty big believer of that, because I want Denji to go to the same school as at least some characters that we have met, and I think Hirofumi Yoshida is one of the best candidates for this. So Denji going in the same class as Hirofumi Yoshida would be great. We would get a good chemistry out of them, I guess. Also that we'll have Nayuta, so you know, we never know what kind of chemistry is going to develop, because remember, the summoning of 𝗛𝗏𝗏𝗿 in Japan was partly Makima's fault, and if the Yoshidas that died there were related to Hirofumi Yoshida, then it could make sense Hirofumi being mad at Nayuta, because Nayuta is basically reincarnation of Makima, if you get what I mean. And I don't really think it's gonna be that complicated, but I'm just gonna put everything out there because of the unpredictability that is of Chainsawman Part 2. And we might, I don't know, I just have a feeling for Hirofumi Yoshida, that is that Hirofumi might not just be the good guy, like, you know, happy-go-lucky, yo Denji, I protected you back in the days in the International Assassins arc, so I'm a good friend of yours. I don't think that's gonna happen like that. I feel like it's gonna be the same scenario as Denji and Aki, how they met and they were like fighting in the beginning, and then they started making a family type relationship. But you know, I think we might get something fresh, like, oh, Hirofumi looks very emo like Aki, but he isn't. He's actually a smiling guy, a good friendly guy. But I wouldn't say that, because he smiles even when he kills people, so I don't know, he might be a psychopath, he might be a very much, because keep in mind, Kishibe said that to be a devil hunter you must have your screws loose, right? And Kishibe has praised Hirofumi's skills a lot in the 5 chapters that he was, I guess. and I think something might be mentally wrong with Hirofumi, just like it's with Denji. So it's gonna be something, their chemistry. I think it's not just gonna be oh, let's be friends. It's probably gonna be more like, oh, you know, I don't want to talk to you. You are not part of my personal life, so I'm not gonna involve you here. You might be part of my Devil Hunter life, so I'll talk to you there, kind of a thing. And also, a working theory I had in my brain while making this video is that, keep in mind, let's actually go a few years back, I mean a few decades back, when Kishibe was actually young. Look at his face here and look at Hirofumi now. They don't look very similar, but they give similar vibes. And also the ear piercings that Kishibe has is quite same as Hirofumi Yoshida, so that's one thing. And out of all the interactions we have had of Hirofumi Yoshida in part 1, the most I think Hirofumi felt at home was with Kishibe. And I feel like there is some sort of a relationship between Kishibe and Hirofumi that goes beyond just devil hunters. They might be relatives. I don't think Kishibe is just the direct father of Hirofumi. I feel like it could be the case. I mean, it's Chainsawman, anything is possible, but still I feel like he's a distant relative or something like that. So the theory that I had following that is, since Hirofumi's family here is assumed to be dead by the Gun Devil, the 3 members of Yoshida family, what if Kishibe takes Yoshida and puts him in the same house as Denji and Nayura? Because Yoshida doesn't have anywhere to go, so why not put them in the same house? So Yoshida, Denji, Nayura are probably going to be the main 3 in part 2. I don't really think that the main 3 are even going to be a thing in part 2, because Tatsuki Fujimura doesn't want to go with the Shonen Jump formula here. So I'm just saying, what if Hirofumi Yoshida comes to Denji's house and it's just like the Hayakawa family again, but this time it's the Yoshida family, I guess? I mean, it could work. It's far-fetched, but it could definitely work. I can see that happening, and the connection between Denji and Hirofumi is something that will work out just like it did with Aki and Denji. And yeah, talking about the connection between Denji and Yoshida, something came across my mind that happened in Jump Festa recently. So in Chainsaw Man Part 1, Tatsuki Fujimura had a choice between who to kill, and the nominees were 𝗡𝗲𝗍 and Angel Devil. Tatsuki Fujimura doesn't have a sense of sentimental relationship with his characters. He can kill any characters for the sake of plot progression, and that's some wise writing, I guess, but for the fandom that's literally suicide, I guess. But alright. He had an idea like, who does he kill, 𝗡𝗲𝗍 or Angel Devil? So he went to his editor and he was like, yo, should I kill 𝗡𝗲𝗍 or should I kill the Angel Devil? And the editor was like, alright, first of all, I do not want the Angel Devil to die, so why don't you kill 𝗡𝗲𝗍? And Tatsuki Fujimura was like, well, I see, so that's the perspective the fandom has on this. Okay, so why not just kill Angel Devil? Because you like Angel Devil more than 𝗡𝗲𝗍, you will get what you don't want, and that is kill Angel Devil. And Tatsuki Fujimura just loves destroying the fans, just like Attack on Titan and Jujutsu Kaisen, I guess. He just likes playing with the fans' feelings. So why do I bring that up? Well, since Hirofumi Yoshida is one of the most fan-beloved characters in Chainsaw Man, and now Tatsuki Fujimura knows it, so yeah, Hirofumi Yoshida is going to die. So yeah, that's something that I'm pretty positive on. I will put 80% of my faith in that statement alone. Yoshida is going to die in Chainsaw Man Part 2. That is certain, at least from what Tatsuki Fujimura is like in general. And I wouldn't be surprised if it happens in the first few chapters, because Tatsuki Fujimura just loves destroying his fans. So I'm just saying, if it happens, then I'm the one that said it. Keep that in mind. Anyways, as I said, then Yoshida wasn't supposed to be this important, at least in Chainsaw Man Part 1, and I meant what I said, because Tatsuki Fujimura was just laying seeds in Chainsaw Man Part 1 for whatever has to come in Chainsaw Man Part 2, and he did it well. He did it too well, and Tatsuki Fujimura didn't even realize what he was doing. He made a nuclear bomb without even realizing he was making a nuclear bomb, and that is Hirofumi Yoshida. The accidental superstar Hirofumi Yoshida will definitely play a huge role, as Tatsuki Fujimura in Jump Festa said that Hirofumi Yoshida will return in Chainsaw Man Part 2, and that is certain. I feel like a lot of people do not actually give attention to the Octopus Devil, because the Octopus Devil is amazing, because it can do many things. First of all, the smoke screen, definitely 100%, that's good. Second, it provides a bench service. You can sit on the octopus tentacle whenever you want. You cannot just sit. While sitting, you can murder a lot of puppets while you're at it, so that's a bonus, I guess. And I feel like we're gonna see more of that come into play, because I really want to see the Octopus Devil more in action, because it's amazing. And we don't have much more details on it anyways, so that's it for this video actually. If I forgot anything significant regarding Hirofumi Yoshida, leave a comment down below explaining what I missed, because I would love to read them, because I cannot wait for Chainsawman Part 2 that is upcoming this summer 2022. And I'm gonna review Chainsawman every single day, every single week, whenever possible. Right now I had my exams and I was shifting my house, so I didn't have much time to make these videos, but I'm gonna make a video every single week. Thanks a lot for watching. See you guys in the next video. Peace.